If I could ever... If I could everyone just please sit down. In just a second, the senior's going to come in and deliver their flowers. I would ask that parents and grandparents please stand so the seniors can find you, deliver your flowers, and then we can get the ceremony started and get them lined up. So this time, parents and grandparents, please rise. Everyone else stay seated. Thank you very much.
Senator King, this is actually our chairman on the board. Okay, and Dr. Murphy will be joining us.
That's going to be hooked up so I can carry that.
Yes, sir. That is correct. They're giving up flowers to the parents, and then after they do that, we'll then Mr. Kenny. There's Dr. Murphy.
What goes on this side? And I'd like to stand with you and shake your hand.
Dr. Murphy.
Yeah. Once they're back in, we'll get started. They're pushing me for not starting in time.
Let's check out. Oh, we're going to make sure to round the kids up.
They know they're supposed to drop their flowers and run, so we'll see after this.
I didn't make it.
Wait. There's nothing wrong with that.
Conventions of the American Legion, VFW. Legion was in Peru and VFW was It's funny though, just coming up, I missed a giant clothespin.
Yeah, the moving stuff around now.
Yeah, the phone is spinning, but I didn't see them.
Well, they just took one of those buildings and turned it into green buildings. That's on Fiesta Cave. Now, I don't know if they might need to get up behind these buildings. It's gravel or something. They haven't taken them away. That's why it's green. Turn out tonight. It's only, I think, 37 graduates tonight. One of them is students left early. So we did this thing last night. Yeah. Right. Yeah, sure. Yeah. That's the picture we actually have. We have a picture of you standing in front of it. Angus King disowned it. What grade were you in? So about 10 or 12 preliminaries. Danny was I still have you.
I'll tell you who else I taught. Jared Golden.
Oh, no kidding.
He was a student of mine at Bates.
My daughter worked with him in Senator Collins's office. She was an intern while he was there.
Oh, no kidding.
And so she knows him pretty well. And my sister-in-law retired from Marching Arts, and She works over at Springboard. So she works with 18 parents.
Yeah, oh good.
Yeah, small world. So I got to throw a wider net. This might be a good deal. So in series type, I'm going to get 38.
I'm working. Got my grandma. Yeah.
Good evening. I am pleased to welcome you all to the final celebratory event this week for the class of 2023 here at Telstar High School. We are very lucky it's not 90 degrees and humid in here tonight. We've dealt with that before. To the class of 2023, I have been encouraged to make this final address to you as long as I possibly can to see if we can break some sort of record and make you sit here for hours on end. Thoughts? You know it's really not my style, and I don't want any of you to come storming the podium since I'm not taller than most of you anymore. So I promise I'll keep it to 30 minutes or under. I've been with this class since they came into the 6th grade orientation day, and now here we are, graduation. Mrs. Priola summed it up very nicely last night when she said, "Be careful. You blink one moment, and then here we are." I've enjoyed watching you in your transition from wee little 6th graders to who you are today. Personally, it's been a little surreal this week in celebrating with you, thinking this is my last graduation as your high school principal. I'm still not exactly sure how I feel about that, but I'm very proud to have been along for this journey with you. Your families have been through their emotional roller coaster this week, reminiscing from your first day of school until now. Be honest, who isn't a little baffled at how fast time has flown by? My hope is that when you look back on your time here at Telstar and MSAD 44, you can appreciate the variety of opportunities you've been able to select from. For a small school, we strive to offer as many individual pathways and opportunities to help you prepare for your future. Many of you have taken advantage of this and tried new things. As a staff, it's been very exciting to watch. You have helped to forge new options for the students who follow you, and I hope there's a little Telstar pride that you leave behind. Going to CMCC, running a family concrete business, working in the district attorney's office, researching at Mbagog, working with an electrical company, digging deeper into the local hospitality industry, property management, working for Bethel Rescue, just to name a few. Who knows what we can add to the list next year? It is because we are a small school that we've been able to do things uniquely. You've been able to forge amazing connections with your teachers and staff members, coaches, and each other. Our biggest want for all of you is to have learned to be humble, be determined, hardworking, and most of all, kind. If you can walk into your future following these virtues, I have little doubt that you won't find success in whatever you choose to do. Also, know that even the best laid plans will change, and that's okay. It's how you persevere through those changes that show your true character. You are living in exciting and uncertain times, but in the end, please remember to be true to yourself, your goals, and your needs. Things are changing at exponential rates all around you. It is up to you as what role you're going to play in it all. No one is going to do it for you. Your hard work and dedication will pay off in the end. Our hope is that you take your passions and dreams and work to make a positive change in this world and shape our future. It'll be the task of your generation to help us not repeat the mistakes of the past that you have inherited. Wishing you all nothing but the very best. Please don't forget to share with us your stories and successes along the way. The staff here is always willing and ready to listen. Thank you. Up next, I'd like to welcome Lindsay Stevenson to sing the national anthem. If everyone would please stand and remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
Thank you, Lindsay. Now I'd like to call to the podium this year's Class of 2023 valedictorian, Jana Baca, to give her address to the class.
Today is June 9th, 2023, the only June 9th, 2023 to ever exist in history that we know of. I would like to say that history is about individualism, but it's not. It's about trying your best to fit in, not rock the boat, and finding people to call friends, and choosing your path. It has been proven that memories help elongate the way the brain perceives time, but I can't seem to understand why high school went by so fast. We try to measure everything, whether in inches, gallons, or degrees. Everyone tries to logic their way through life. But the mind is flawed, and high school makes no sense. The human brain uses time because we cannot understand infinity. And like many things, high school does not last forever. That used to bring me peace, but now it's scary. When we all entered high school, we were all told the same thing. Don't rush this. Enjoy yourself, and learn as much as you can. But was it really helpful? I'm not sure. But when we entered this building, inches and years smaller than we are now, we all chose a focus. Some chose sports, others music and art, but I chose academics because that is what I was considered good at. And that's why I'm here giving this speech. I have seen every single one of my classmates choose a path, a way to get through these 4 years without going insane. And now that it's over, we are choosing a different path, one that will take us through the rest of our lives. 4 years is about 1/20th of the average lifetime, and high school was just the beginning. I don't know all of my classmates well, and I don't call everyone a close friend, but I am proud of every single person graduating tonight. Thank you.
Now I'd like to call up Shai Buck, this year's salutatorian for the class of 2023.
If you're interested in balancing work and pleasure, stop trying to balance them. Instead, make your work more pleasurable. Former President Donald J. Trump. This quote is one of my favorite quotes because it is a great quote to live by. Ever since I was little, I've held this sentiment with me while trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with my life. This has led me to exploring the field of graphic design and finding that's exactly what I want to do. Graphic design does not feel like work to me, just work to me. I also genuinely enjoy the design process. My life can change dramatically compared to what I think it will look like in the future. But right now, I feel like I am on the path of fulfilling what this quote is telling us to do. There are people that we can look to as examples to this quote, like Duhua Chang. Duhua Chang is the founder of the popular clothing brand Forever 21. In pursuit for success and new opportunities, Chang immigrated from South Korea to Los Angeles. Before he stepped into the clothing industry, though, Chang was in the coffee business. He realized the coffee business was not the ticket to success. While Chang was trying to figure out exactly what he wanted to do with his life, he worked as a janitor, pumped gas, and served coffee to make ends meet. Later on in his life, he decided to open a 900-square-foot clothing store called Fashion 21, which would later become Forever 21. Forever 21 has made Chang billions. Chang started from nothing and is now a successful businessman. This is not to say that being a billionaire is what it means to be successful. We all have different ideas of what success looks like. Regardless of this, we can still see ourselves in Chang's story. Many of us right now, or will be in the future, working jobs similar to the jobs that Chang worked before he became a successful businessman, like being a server or janitor. A lot of us may be working these jobs just to get by, while we work towards a better future. Some of us may be perfectly content with working these jobs, and that's okay too. We all, however, have the ability to move on to better opportunities like Chang did by moving on from being a janitor to being a founder of a company. We all just need to apply ourselves in order to get there. Chang thought being in the coffee business was what he wanted to do with his life, and then found out that's not what he wanted to do. So he started Forever 21. Like Chang, most of us will think that one path is the best, and we'll realize that's not where we want to go, and we'll have to reconsider a new path. This process of trial and error is nothing that we should let discourage us. Instead, we should use this error as a learning experience. It is part of the process of finding what works best for us. I hope that my peers also find the value in former President John J. Trump's quote, like I do, and decide to live by it. Each one of us has a different vision on where we see ourselves in the future. Each one of us is going to go on a different path to get to where we want to be. But what we all have in common is that to get where we want to be in life, is going to take some hard work. Might as well find work that is pleasurable for us so that we can enjoy the journey to where we see ourselves, so we can make the journey to where we see ourselves more enjoyable. It might take some trial and error to figure out exactly what work will make our journeys more enjoyable, but if we advocate for ourselves and work hard, we'll find what's right for us.
Thank you, ladies. At this time, I'd like to introduce Senator Angus King with some words for the graduate.
I can't come to Bethel without thinking of the snowman. For the world's tallest snowman. And I said, well, I guess it could have been a sewage treatment plant. I am not making this up. The next day I got a registered letter from a guy that ran a sewage treatment plant in York County. He said, you just set the cause of sanitary engineering back 50 years. So I learned to be a little careful about the jokes I made. I'm going to talk to them, so excuse me. Or you can work on your email or, you know. But I want to talk to you guys. Okay, this is not going to be a normal speech with a beginning, middle, and end. This is, I try to think, you know, what do you say with the group of people who graduate? This is 10 things I wish somebody had told me when I was 18. Okay? So the good part about the speech is you'll know exactly where we are. We're 5 or halfway through. Okay, here's number 1. Take more risks. Take more risks. Now, I don't mean to be stupid, you know, with a motorcycle and beer and stuff. I mean, try to do things that maybe you're not so sure you can do. The biggest thing that holds you back is this little man that sits on your shoulder and says, you can't do that. Yes, you can. You can try, you can reach, and it's okay to fail. Wayne Gretzky, the great hockey player, once said, I miss 100% of the shots I don't take. See, this really is email. See? He took me literally. I miss 100% of the shots I don't take. Aaron Judge, greatest baseball player right now, makes an out 2 out of every 3 times he goes to bat. There's a multi-million-dollar industry in this country putting erasers on pencils. That means it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail. If you don't fail every now and then, you're not trying hard enough. And here's the best piece of advice I ever got. And I was just about your age, maybe a little bit older. This old guy said to me, when you get to be my age, you're going to regret things about your life. See that you regret the things you did and not the things you didn't do. Get it? The saddest words in the English language are, if only. If only I had tried. See that you regret the things you did and not the things you didn't do. So take more risks. That's number one. Number two, attitude really is everything. It makes all the difference. You've been to a restaurant. The server comes up and says, "How are you? How are you doing tonight? What would you like?" And you say, "Well, how's the meatloaf?" The server says, "Oh, it's great. I tried it just last night." The next day, you go to the same restaurant. A different server comes up and says, "What do you want?" "How's the meatloaf?" "I don't know." It's the same restaurant. It's a difference in attitude, which you can carry around with you. I go to St. Paul's Church in Brunswick, Maine, and I had dinner on a Tuesday night with a friend, and he said, "Angus, I hate to tell you this, but we're leaving St. Paul's. We're leaving the church." I said, "How come?" He said, "Because it's not very friendly. People don't talk to us at church after church. You don't really feel a part of the congregation. It's not a very friendly place." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." Friday night, I'm not making this up, Friday night we had dinner with another family that went to the church. This fellow was a military guy at Bath Iron Works. And in the middle of dinner, he said, "Angus, you know why we love St. Paul's Church? Because it's so friendly. It's so warm. People reached out to us. We know everybody. We made some really good friends. We've only been here a couple of years. It was the same church, the same preacher, the same hymns, the same liturgy, everything. It was attitude that made all the difference. Attitude made all the difference. In fact, here's a story of a little boy on Christmas morning. Christmas morning, little boy under the tree. There's a big pile of presents. He's opening them up. He opens up all these presents. Opens all the presents. You know this kid. And he looks up and says, "Is this all? Is this all?" He's not very happy. Another kid comes down on Christmas morning. There's nothing under the tree. He looks around. There's a little pile of horse manure in one corner of the living room. He's excited. He's bouncing off the walls. He's beside himself. His mother says, "Why are you so happy?" He says, "Because I know there's a pony in here somewhere." That's attitude. Okay? Now, here's a little saying, and this is true. It's your attitude and not your aptitude that determines your altitude. Say that 10 times. It's your attitude and not your aptitude that determines your altitude. So, attitude really is everything. Okay. Number 3. I don't know what you're all going to be doing this summer. Treat your first job as if it's the most important you'll ever have. Because that's how you make a reputation. That's how you get a recommendation. That's how you impress people. Go to work early. Stay late. Under-promise and over-deliver. Let me tell you another story about a kid who wanted to work in a political campaign, and he went to Boston right out of high school. He was 18 years old, exactly your age. And he got a job in the political campaign of a guy running for president. And his job was making copies. He was a Xerox kid. Now, I say Xerox, but they don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. His job was making copies. But he was the best copier kid they ever saw. He came in early, he stayed late, he did everything that he was asked. Now, his candidate lost. So he went on to college. 4 years later, another guy gets elected president of the United States. One of the people he worked for in that campaign 4 years before ended up in the White House. And he said, "Let's find that kid that was so good at making copies for us, because he was really a good kid. He was engaged. He was doing, and it wasn't a very important job, right? But he was really good at it. He paid attention to it. So he got hired, brought to Washington. 2 years later, he ended up personal assistant to the chief of staff of the President of the United States. I know that story is true because that's my oldest son. I had nothing to do with it. Now, don't wait till you're the vice president of the company, okay? If you're stocking shelves, if you're a lifeguard, if you're doing groundskeeping, if you're whatever you're doing, be the best. And it will make all the difference because it just starts you off on the right path. Okay, number 4, learn a really good handshake. That's it. All right, now, wait a minute though. Give me 7. Give me 7. He didn't give me 7. 5 fingers, 2 hours. Give me 7. 5 fingers, 2 hours. How are you? Now, ladies, that's it. I want a real handshake. Now, this thing doesn't, this is gone now. Okay? Everybody, I got a good handshake. Here's why. Here's why. There's actually research on this. Almost every interview is over in the first 15 seconds. It is, because you make up your mind. And you make up your mind on things like handshake, eye contact, attitude, expression. If you make a bad impression in that first 15 seconds, you're digging yourself out of the hole the rest of the interview. If you make a good impression, you're flying. So, learn how to make a good handshake and make that connection. Remember? Give me 7. 5 fingers, 2 eyes. Okay. Number 5. Halfway. I'm the only person standing between you and your diploma. There is no such thing as a material or geographic cue. What I mean by that is, if you're not happy in Bethel, Maine, you're not going to be happy in Denver, or Boston, or Paris, or goodness knows, New York. You carry your happiness around with you. Don't think that you can sort of fix things by going somewhere else or by buying something. Although I have to say, my Harley's given me a lot of fun over the years. But seriously, there's no such thing as a geographic or material cure. Nothing you buy is going to make you happy. You got to figure it out. You carry your happiness and your attitude around with you. That's number 5. Number 6. Be honest. Be honest even if it hurts. Be honest even if it's a short-term disability. Because what you're doing is building your reputation. And I don't know if you've ever worked with concrete. You are building your reputation in concrete. Concrete is really soft when you first start to use it. It's mushy and soft. And you can put your initials in it. You can move it all around. But man, once it hardens up, you can't change it with a jackhammer. That's what you're doing, you see. So be honest. Be somebody that people can count on. And your name, well, let me back up. Everything you acquire in life can be taken away from you in some way, shape, or form. A car, a house, everything can be taken away, except your good name. And that you can give away. Don't give it away. In the end, that's what you got. That's who you are. And don't give that away. Okay, practical piece of advice. When you go to an ATM, or your parents, same thing, take it, one of the pieces of cash, a $20 bill, and fold it up into a small piece and put it somewhere, hide it somewhere on your person. In your purse, in your wallet, in your shoe, and carry it around with you. Always have it as that backup. Because I guarantee within about a month, you're going to need it. You're going to say, thanks, Angus. Have that $20 bill hidden somewhere, and I've done this all my life. And it always comes in handy because you forget. And you need it for some good reason. Okay, number 8. You may want to write this down. When in doubt, don't get married. They're telling you something. Now the key phrase is when in doubt, right?
Right.
If it's not right, if it doesn't feel right, take it easy, slow down. And ladies, special message. He's not a project. Okay? If you don't love him like he is, you ain't going to be able to fix it. Okay. Number 9. This one I'm going to do from up here. Number 9. Is it okay that I stand up here? You ready for this? Don't put anything on the internet you don't want your grandmother to see on the front page of the stuff I thought I did when I was 25 isn't on the internet. And I have a piece of really bad news for you. This is going to be hard. I hate to spoil your graduation. Employers know how to use Google. Okay? Nothing. That's really, seriously, think about it. Would it be okay if my grandmother saw this picture or this little funny paragraph? If it's, the answer is no, don't do it. Okay. Number 10. Take care of your family and your friends, because at the end they're all you got. The Beatles, they don't know the Beatles, you know the Beatles. The Beatles had the formula. The love you get is equal to the love you give. The love you get is equal to the love you give. If you want to be loved, and we all want to be loved, if you want to be cared for, if you want to be thought about, you have to think about other people. A couple of years from now, you're probably going to get a call. Hey, from one of your classmates, I'm getting married in Chicago. Can you come? And you're saying, oh man, Chicago, that's going to cost a lot of money, and I don't really have time. Go. Be there for them. Because you want them there for you. My wife Mary's dad died some years ago, and we went out to his funeral, and there sitting in the second row was one of our friends from Maine. We didn't know she was coming, but there she was. She was there for Mary. And it made so much difference. Remember your family and your friends. Love them and hold on to them. And treat them like you want to be treated. And that'll make a big difference in your life. Finally, Mary says I say finally too much, it gets people's hopes up. Finally, Godspeed to the Telstar class of 2023.
Thank you, Senator King. Up next, we have class of 2012 alumni from Telstar High School, our chairman of the school board, Mr. Danny Whitney.
Good evening. Thank you. My name is Danny Whitney, and I am the chair of the SAD 44 Board of Directors. On behalf of the board, I'd like to congratulate the class of 2023 on your accomplishments. As young citizens entering into the workforce and integrating yourselves into society on your own, remember that the future is whatever you choose to make it. Always be willing to listen, always be willing to hear what someone else has to say, but in the end, no one can tell you what to do or how to think. That is your job now. As you grow your careers, your families, and your lives, I encourage you to strive to be good people and remember the principles that have provided you with the opportunities that lay ahead. We wish you the best of luck in the future and look forward to seeing what achievements you will all have in the coming years. Congratulations, class of 2023.
And now our superintendent of schools, Dr. David Murphy.
Joke. Good evening and welcome to tonight's ceremony. I'd like to thank Senator King for joining us tonight to address our graduates, the class of 2023. We appreciate him taking the time to come out here and be with us tonight for this very special event. He's been all over the state today and figured might as well end it in the best place possible. So thank you. That was a great speech. To the parents of our graduates, thank you for sharing these very special people with us. It's been a pleasure to have them here. To those of you who've traveled from near and far to be here with us tonight, or if you're joining us via the broadcast, we welcome you as well. Tonight, I'll have the privilege of distributing Telstar High School diplomas for my 23rd and final time. And I have to tell you, as I was preparing for tonight, it dawned on me that I've given diplomas to parents of the students who are sitting on the stage. And some of you who are grandparents in the audience were my elementary school students when I was an elementary principal. And if that didn't top it all, I had a brand new primary physician, and when I got home and I read the notes of the meeting, it referred to him meeting with Mr. Murphy, an elderly white male. So thank you for letting me grow old with you. Graduates, first of all, I can't tell you how much I appreciated you stopping by my office yesterday with your caps and gowns. That was really special. It was a first. That's never happened before, and I thought it was really thoughtful, and I just wanted to say thank you for that. As you're well aware, there are certainly many, many people that you have to thank for ongoing help that you've received throughout your school years. This includes the support of your family, your friends, the many teachers, staff members, and administrators who you've worked with over the past 13 years. As your superintendent, it's been a pleasure for me to watch you make your way through the grades since that day so long ago when you joined us as kindergarten students. Just like that. It seems like it goes by so quickly. Some of you have joined this class later in your school career, and your contributions have only served to make the group stronger. Class of 2023, I commend you on the many successes and achievements that you've attained during your years in our school district. The meaningful and important relationships that you've formed with each other came across loud and clear during the coming together ceremony last night. It's clear that you folks have really grown to know and love each other. Going all the way back to TFA, it was great to listen to all the different things that people had to say about their favorite memories, Region 9, TFA, CMCC, on and on and on. That was a nice addition, I thought, to the video and slideshow last night. The meaningful and important relationships that you formed with each other, as Senator King said, are so important. And I would encourage you to do your best to maintain those connections as the years go by. Stay in touch with each other. Think of how close you are right now. And you might be surprised, even though you might not be as close to some of the people that you're sitting on the stage with tonight, you might get closer to them as years go by. But don't ever lose that connection, because it'll help you remember where your roots are. And your roots are right here, which we're really glad for. I wish you all the best as you begin to transition into the next exciting chapter of your life. And I'd like to share just a very quick Irish blessing with you on your way out the door, if you will. May the dreams you hold dearest be those which come true. The kindness you spread keep returning to you. May the friendships you make be those which endure, and all of your gray clouds be small ones for sure. So tonight, after all of your many efforts and accomplishments over the years, I'm very pleased to have the distinct privilege as Superintendent of Schools to certify that the Telstar High School diplomas that you're about to receive tonight are proof that each recipient has satisfactorily completed the necessary graduation requirements established by the Maine School Administrative District Number 44 Board of Directors. Congratulations, members of the class of 2023 and soon-to-be future graduates of Telstar High School. Well done.
You ready? It's time to get some goods. It's time to hand out diplomas.
Dakota James Hart. Emily Evangeline Cummings. Caitlin Eva Marie Tyler. William Smith Doyle. Shai Romaine Buck. Sorry. MJ Johansson. Cassandra Ann Sylvester. Corey Gilly. Cody Morgan Duclos. Hayden Mateo Lee Soto. Violet Marie Howe. Jana Victoria Botka. Logan Patrick Martin. Olivia Bell Seams. Jacob Bradley Hooper. Sean Matthew Cowett. Peyton Storm Berry. Alan John White. Lacey May Tilsley. Let me do again. Lacey May Tilsley. Selena Marie Ojeda Berry. Autumn Julia Thompson. Gabrielle Mabel Groves. Tristan Michael Pelletier. Keaton Norman Cummings Chapman. Ryan Rose Nivas. Colby D. Tyler. Brady Joseph Cowett. Alexis Marie Cannon Powell. Felicity Ann Indermule. Isabel Corinne Casey. David Wade Goodwin. Noah Scott Burton. Evan Lewis Leach. Cameron Wayne Palmer. Eric James Loria. Colby James Hastings. Levi Lawrence Cole McDonald.
We're almost there. Now I'd like to call our class senior co-presidents to this podium, Cody Duclos and Gabby Groves.
Dear parents, friends, guardians, and most importantly, dear class of 2023. My name is Gabby Groves.
My name is Cody Duclos.
We have had the privilege of being your class presidents for the past 4 years of high school, and for that, I want to thank you.
I think today's a stereo day for everyone, and after today, we won't return to class on Monday with the same people we've known for 12 years. We won't sit impatiently waiting to get out of class to go hang out with friends, or go skiing, or go to dance. We won't have to ask, hey, have you done the homework for Dr. Poston? Because I am so lost. No more meals from chef, no more homecoming, winter carnival, prom. No more being asked to take your hat off or being told to get back to class.
In a way, this sounds freeing, but when you really stop and take a look around, you'll start to realize all of the things you're losing. That's the scary part. I think we all wish we had more time, but I think there's also a reason we only have so much time. It teaches us to enjoy the things that would normally go unnoticed, to enjoy things deeper and more sincerely, to not take things so seriously.
I also think we all wish that there were things we could go back and start over or do differently. But if we were to do that, not to make the same mistakes or not to make those embarrassing social media posts or whatever we may have done, we wouldn't be who we are.
I'm proud to look back at these risers and see your faces. I know things have not been the easiest for us. We didn't get the normal high school experience. But look at us. Despite everything we've been through, all of the bad days and the good ones, we showed up. Some of us more than others, but nonetheless, we showed up. I'm proud that I got to spend these last 4 years with this group of people. We have all grown in ways we never thought we would.
Now listen, by no means have we been perfect. We didn't always get along, and we definitely weren't the closest, but in one way or another, we were there for each other. And we can try and deny it all we want, but we care about each other, and we want what's best for one another. And I know that 5 years down the road, I'm going to know that I could go to any single one of you with anything. And that's the privilege of graduating in a small class.
Getting to know you all and grow up with you has truly been an honor.
So congratulations to the class of 2023.
We wish you the very best in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you. And now for our closing, I'd like to introduce Mr. John Elliott, Telstar High School Dean of Students.
Well, we've come to that part of the program where we all need to start saying our goodbyes. To the class of 2023, in a moment, you will walk out of this gym for the last time. You will say goodbye to high school and say hello to life after Telstar. I consider it a privilege to have served as your Dean of Students throughout your high school years. As such, I have watched you grow into the amazing young adults you are now. I wish you all the best, and I truly hope you find whatever it is you are looking for. We would like to thank all of the family members who were able to join us this evening, whether it was in person or watching on TV. Thank you to What TV crew for broadcasting our events all week. We truly appreciate the work you all put in. We would like to thank the SAD 44 school board members and the community for giving us the tools to make this such an incredible school. Thank you to Dr. Murphy for your many years of service. We know this is your last graduation and wish you well with your next adventure. Thank you to Senator Angus King for coming and speaking at our ceremony. It was an honor to have you as our guest. Thank you to everyone who had a hand in making all of the events this week special for the class of 2023. And finally, thank you to the members of Project Graduation for creating a fun-filled evening of activities for the class to enjoy this evening and stay safe. I now ask our class marshals, Anthony Conant and Mackenzie Elliott, along with our wonderful pianist, Mrs. Linda Stoll, to lead the class of 2023 out one last time. Thank you all, and have a good night.